Hello everyone, these are the video instructions for assignment 6.3 functional analysis for our e-learning. Just so that you know, right here, these video instructions are going to be at the very bottom of the post, but we're going to go over everything that you need. So for this assignment, you're going to determine how your product works by observing its function without disassembling it. So first, by observing the product, we're going to think about how it operates. Then we'll compare our predictions to what you actually find after you dissect or take apart your product. Some steps that you need to do. I'd like you to start by watching this YouTube video of why toys make good medical devices. It gives you a little something to think about. It, goes into the mindset of what we're really doing here. Then I want you to either review the two PowerPoints, which are going to be the next ones located, or if you prefer, I'll have a Screencastify video reviewing each of these PowerPoints from me. Those videos are linked at the very bottom of the post as well. The Your Work section, which will be right up here in the top right, is going to have this document, Functional Analysis Distance Learning. Once again, my Google Classroom looks a little different than yours, and that is because I'm in the editing assignment mode. The instructions are also located in the MyPLTW login. So here's a direct link to the instructions. But in this situation, everything that's in the MyPLTW login is located in this functional analysis distance learning document in the Your Work section. I would like you to answer all of the questions in that document. And then if you're wondering what it should look like, there is an example provided right here, 6.3 product observation example. Here is an example of what it would look like completed. Okay, some notes. You're just going to take a picture and write and type some labels in because we're not going to worry about drawing it right now. I do want your picture to be done isometrically. The Word document, once again, that's our example product observation. And then we have our rubric, and I believe rubrics are going to be located near the bottom in your view, but it goes over the criteria. Did you include your product name and company name, your primary functions, your isometric style photograph, just points for doing each question, as well as how complete these questions are. All right, so let's go through it. We want to study the object's visual, functional, and structural qualities. It's a tool to use to aid in redesign, many reasons to do it, and those are gone through in the PowerPoint. Okay, maybe you want to reduce the negative environmental impact. Maybe you want to increase, profit margin. We've already done the visual analysis, and so now we need to look at the object's function and hypothesize how it operates. So I'm going to go to this functional analysis distance learning. It's up here, and we'll go through it, and we will compare this document that will be located over here to the product observation example. All right, here's the same introduction that you can read through. It says engineering notebook. I'm actually going to take this out for now. We're going to be doing this in Google Classroom. I'm going to just put a consumer product. So a few edits that I do need to make because we're not doing the automotive blocks. All right. Answer these questions. What is the primary purpose or primary function of your object? For our example, we have a stapler. So product name, stapler, company name here. Primary function is to perforate and mechanically bind sheets of paper together using a metal wire. What I'd like you to try not to do is answer something like, the purpose of the stapler is to staple pages together. Well, what is a staple? It's a metal wire holding together sheets of paper. All right, next. Attach a picture of the object in an isometric position and describe the major individual components. If you're not sure what the component is called, then make a logical guess. So you can either take a picture of the product in an isometric position with your camera phone, upload it to Google Drive, email it to yourself, attach it that way. Or once again, you can, if you go ahead and just click here, click Insert Image, and we are going to choose our Chromebook camera. Okay. Hold your product in an isometric position, or the best that you can to approximate one, and click the picture button. Please try to keep your hand out of the way just so we can see it the best that we can. We're going to click Insert right here. There is my isometric picture. Describe the major individual components. I'm going to delete this so I don't forget. So if you look at the stapler, notice that in the drawing, it's actually got things labeled: the magazine, a base plate, anti-jam device, things like that. So for that bucket that I inserted, I might say top piece where toys are inserted, handle, holding bucket, things like that. But please attempt to describe the major components. Next, an educated guess about how this product operates using simple machine terminology. This should be a paragraph or two, most likely two. Let's look at how this works. The top portion of the stapler is a lever arm, rotates about a pivot point that serves as the fulcrum. The effort force is applied downward, which moves the top down towards a small metal plate called an anvil, and just a whole bunch of information, and you can read to see what they say here. Yours does not have to be as in-depth of this, and you don't necessarily have to know what each individual piece is called. Nice if you looked it up, but we want to use simple machine terminology to describe your object and how it functions. How does it actually work? All right. Identifying the inputs, intended product function, and outputs. And we're going to put it in this table. All of your different inputs, what it does, and then the outputs. Notice that once again, this entire table does not have to be filled out. I'm just giving you the space to do it if you need to. Let's look at our example. Inputs. Well, a stapler requires staples. All right, you need to input loose paper. You need to input force applied to the stapler to make it move. Its function is to just fasten paper. That's what it does. We're not worried about the exact mechanics of it. It's just what it does. It outputs noise, heat, because once again, anything mechanical happening outputs heat through friction, and a bent staple. Those are all things as a function, an output of its function. What mechanical components are visible? Notice once again, we're looking at visible. Okay, we're not worried about taking it apart yet. Just what can you see? So here, it says base plate, riser, pivot pin, magazine, anvil, upper stapler, lever, arm. I just want to know what you can see. If you can find out the official names for them, that's fine, but tell me what you see. This is to the best of your ability. And then our final question, what can you not identify because the mechanical components are hidden from plain view? Which means, what can't you see? What about its function can you not determine because you can't see it? So if you're just watching a stapler go, you can't tell exactly why it is advancing one staple. You make a staple and the next one. What's reloading the staples? You can't identify that. And you're not able to identify what's causing the arm to return to the original position. Now, that may be easy to determine soon enough, but if you were just looking at a stapler, you wouldn't be able to do it. When I say just looking about it, like I said, it's not taking it apart. Imagine you were seeing this product in its original packaging that was unopened in a plastic, what's called a clamshell package. How would you determine everything? So answer this question. And then finally, as usual, we're going to answer our 2 conclusion questions. Once again, all of this is done to the best of your ability. All right. I understand if you don't exactly get it. For some things, you might not get everything, but I want you to do the best you can, especially here on 3 and 4. All right, where we're using simple machine terminology and identifying inputs and function and the outputs. Once again, if you have any questions about this assignment, please email me. And if you would like a more in-depth answer than just an email response, indicate that you want me, tell me that you need something a little more than an email, and I can make a Screencastify video and send it to you explaining your question. Good luck.